Hey, what is going on, you guys? My name is Rage, and we are back today to unpack the best raid teams right now in the game, as well as which characters and teams you should be focusing in on, the ones that are moving out. So we want to be mindful of that because of the ever-changing meta. Having said that, if you guys recall, with the incursion raids and spotlight raids, they're basically two of the only ways in the game to actually earn more crimson gear, as you can see on screen here. So you definitely want to take advantage of this if you want to elevate your characters to gear tier 19 and beyond. It's definitely one of the only ways outside of spending gold, and that obviously it builds up over time too. So guys, having said that, there's going to be some really strong teams I would recommend I'm still working on, but the one exception, however, is going to be Alpha Flight. I don't have access to this team yet, as you can see. I just unlocked North Star yesterday thanks to his event, but this is a team that's kind of in the works for myself right now, and we won't be able to partake in this pretty much until Sasquatch comes into the game and we get his unlock as well in the game. But having said that, the teams I'm showing you will unlock 90 to 95% of the end game raid content at the highest level difficulty. So these are kind of the team levels that you can expect. I will obviously point out a few issues that I am having currently that I can't fully make the guides yet for. So let's get to the meat and potatoes, guys. So first and foremost, I'm just gonna go ahead, hit here, and take a look at this. I have it all saved already here. So starting off, guys, with the Mystic section for the incursion, we have Bifrost here. And as you guys can see, this 1.2 million team is doing just fine right now. Only exception is you gotta build Val to the moon. But as you can see, most of my characters being gear tier 14, they're actually doing exceptionally well, and I can still actually get through all three nodes. The reason why I haven't invested in this team, guys, is because they are the next team on the way out for Mystic. That's why Val is the only truly invested character. I have full intentions of bringing her into Dark Dimension 7 as well. But other than that, everybody else, they're just staying afloat. There's some T4s, obviously some key characters like Beta Ray Bill, Sylvie. I think Team Loki have a couple as well, but otherwise they're getting the job done, and there's minimal investment on them because they're the next team out. Next up, I would argue that Pegasus is probably going to be the next team out following Mystic, but we still have a bit of time with them. I love the fact that it's Kestro that's kind of the core and engine of this team, next to Rescue, right? They have that synergy, the multiple revives, and so forth. Iron Man Infinity War, Darkhawk, as well as Mark II, the Ironheart. So they're all really good synergy. It's just it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with the tech section, because this team is doing still very, very well, as you guys can see, at 1.6 million. Really, Kestro is the only character that's at gear tier 18. Everybody else is 17 or 16, but they're a well-rounded team and they have value in all game modes. So it's gonna be interesting to see what replaces this in the future. In the meantime, the two characters I would focus on building is Rescue and Kestro, because they really are the ones that bring this team back to life when you are having issues. And right now, operating at these gear tier levels, they're still doing exceptionally well. Now, this one got shook up quite a bit, guys. This Extreme X-Men combined with Old Man Logan is completely tearing up the mutant section now, because with Old Man Logan, he actually officially replaces fully Cyclops. So you don't even need Cyclops at all on this team. I would actually just ignore him or slot him into another X-Men team, but Old Man Logan just completely tears, even though he's not a raid character, ironically enough. So the two recommendations that are part of this core team, if you don't have Old Man Logan, is for sure Gambit and Nightcrawler. But I would argue that you also need a big Forge, because there are some times where, obviously the dodges aren't apparently working or deflects, and you need that survivability, right? And Forge is going to give you that. Sunspot also grants energy for the team, but he may or may very well be the next character out if we have another strong mutant replacement. So just something to be mindful of there. Regardless, Extreme X-Men with Old Man Logan is very good, guys. And if you don't have Old Man Logan, then the full Extreme X-Men still works. It's just, I would recommend, again, building up Gambit and Nightcrawler as high as you can. Forge can be at gear tier 17, I think. And then I did well with Sunspot and Cyclops at gear tier 16. But I built them up a little higher just to make it more efficient and so forth, just to get through the day-to-day, right? So always a good time. And then we have Hive Mind. Now, guys, I've already had access to Super Scroll, so I never actually needed to build up my Venom, but the whole full Hive Mind team gets a job done. The recommendations I would say, though, for Gear Tier 17 and Gear Tier 18 would be Void Knight, Gwenem, and Red Goblin. Those three characters are definitely three of the most important for the synergy of this team, whereas Venom and Carnage, they are costlier to bring up. And although, you know, Carnage obviously has a very strong importance in this team synergy, at the end of the day, you don't need him at high gear tier levels to have that kind of passive synergy, because he's really kit based, right? And you need him more so just to give your team the additional turn meter, and having Red Goblins revive passively is very, very crucial. But again, when I was going through this initially, I only had my Void Knight and at gear tier 18, Gwenem and Red Goblin were at gear tier 17. Everybody else was at 16, so he still got the job done. I built them up for more efficiencies, and there was also an escape from killing event where we took full advantage of upgrading some of these bio characters. And last but not least, guys, it is gonna be Spire Society here. So they're the last additions here in the game. And to be honest, you know, they can actually plow through the first 2 nodes quite easily at much lower level. I think I made a video on this. I'll look at below, guys, but I think they're only shy of 1 million or 1.1, and they can get through the first 2 nodes easy. And I can almost do the full boss node one shot, but they're having issues because it's 2 things, right? It's either gear tier level or they're too low of a star level because of the fact that, you know, we don't have enough of these character shards being released. But in my honest opinion, if you guys were able to take advantage of the 3 diamond here on Ghost Spider, massive upgrade for damage, just because she retaliates as well. I think Spider-Man Noir is another great choice because he's cheap. We've got some great bleeds that he can be applying across the board to multiple enemies. And then finally, we have Pav, we have Penny, and Peter B. Parker all playing a crucial role. And I'm really seeing this issue as well, guys. If you have seen these past few teams that I kind of just highlighted here, we've been having to build up higher and higher levels in terms of gear tier and levels, right? And that's kind of what I'm seeing. More and more of these enemies that we're up against, you know, we're dealing with just bigger enemies and we need more damage, but you don't get that from the lower stars and the lower gear tier. So something's got to give. I do feel like with Spire Society, you need at least Noir and Ghost Spider at gear tier 18. They just provide so much synergy, and they're already previously invested characters, which is great value to be had. I definitely feel Peter, Penny, and as well as Pav need to be at least gear tier 17 if you want to efficiently sim the node, especially the boss node. It's quite a beast. As you guys can see right there, I only got 4 stars on each of them. So once they get higher star levels or even gear tier, I definitely expect that to be not an issue. And having said that, this Spire Society team also has no issues with the first 2 nodes of the spotlight raids. It's really, once again, that boss node where you probably will need an assisting attack from your ally there, especially through all those different Iron Hearts, and I think there's an Infinity, Iron Man Infinity and Darkhawk as well that you're dealing with. So just something to be mindful of in the future, guys. But otherwise, these team levels have gotten me 90-95% of the raid content. It's really just the boss node for Spire Society in both actually Incursion and the Spotlight raids have been giving me issues. But yeah, hopefully this helps you guys out to see a relative reference. I'm going to link all my raid video guides below for your guys' reference as well. The only thing I don't have content on is the new Spotlight raid, just because I'm still working through it to create efficiencies, and then as well the boss node for Incursion 2 for the skill session. As always, let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you for your time, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.